years, we have sat around and allowed travesty after travesty after travesty after travesty again. From King Leopold all the way to the United States of America. So with that being said, it's time to do things different, Tulsa. Last time I came out here on a recon mission, I'm going to tell you what I saw. This is no disrespect to y'all at all. But when I looked in the eyes of my brothers, and it looked like y'all didn't have no life in you. When I looked at the eyes of my sisters, and it looked like you was disappointed. Now I want you to look in the eyes of these brothers. I want you to look in the eyes of these sisters. And then look in the mirror. And when you do, like Fred Hampton once said, you will say, I am a revolutionary. A revolution is nothing more than a thought process that in itself becomes infectious. A revolutionary is that person that dares carry out that thought process. It might mean death, but death means life. So we don't fear death because we still fucking live. I'm not worried about what a troglodyte does to me.
Alright, so I'm going to stop it right there because I just wanted to put that into there. I wanted y'all to understand what I'm about. My name is Elijah X. I'm of the kings and the queens of Africa. In the process right now, I'm going in live on my Facebook page. You know, so I'm trying to create some polls. I'm gonna ask a question. And I want y'all to answer for me. If you don't mind, I'm trying to get it ready. By the way, I should put hopefully that should be good enough. I'm not going to edit it. I want it to go just like it is. And I'm not adding no effects. Let me see if I can get this over here on me. Oh, no, I can't. Not until I turn it around. Alright, there we go. Peace and love. I'm working on some things here, trying to get this together because I really want to speak to my people. Excuse me while I get this together. I really want to speak to my people. You know, we as a people are lacking. And when I say we as a people, I'm talking about the dark-skinned race of people. I don't have a right to talk about no other people. I'm of a dark-skinned race, so it makes no sense for me to talk about another people. I need to be focused on my people because my people is me. Truly, we are one. When you mess up, it's just like me messing up because it hurts me. When I mess up, it hurts you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're connected no matter what you say. When they say, hate the black man, they mean everything that's under our dark skin. That's us. They use us. Our adversaries use us. They fake love us, but they don't love us. They love us to what they call love, but it's not true love. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They love themselves. They love themselves more than anything. They love themselves so much they'll stab each other in the back. But one thing they won't do, they won't break their laws. They won't go against their main laws. They stay connected. They'll do everything else. But I want to talk about us because I really didn't come here to talk about them. We as a people don't talk about us enough. And when we do, I'm looking for my cleaner. I got some cleaner right there. I just don't know how to deal with it. I have to find it later. And when we do talk about us, it always entails some other people that have nothing to do with us. It always entails what somebody is doing to us. But I don't want to talk about what somebody is doing to us. I really want to talk about what we are doing to us. We. That's a dark-skinned race of people. You say you love your people, but the question is, how much do you love your people? You say that you have great love for your people. And I say that's not true. Hear me? I say it's not true because we don't want to look at one another. You hear me? No, we don't. We don't want to look at one another. We want to look at others to be leaders over us. We have not learned how to depend on one another. We have lost that. No longer do we depend on one another. No longer do we look to one another. We don't look to our leaders, but then where are our leaders? Our leaders is in the community. Our leaders is right there up under you. Every community, we should have a leader. I don't care if it ain't but 3 in the community. You need a leader to make sure that y'all are constantly doing the things that you're supposed to. You need a leader to correct you when you go off that road. But we also need a meeting of the minds. We need to come together and sit down and talk about what is needed for us, not for no other race, for us to be able to stand on our feet as a mighty people. Let me tell you something. And I'm telling you to the best of my ability. I want to talk to my people who all talk about God. Do you truly look to a God in the sky to come back and save you? Are you waiting and depending on this great God that's in the sky to come back and save you? Yes or no? You can type yes in the box and let me know. Or you could just answer it in your mind. I don't care. Because I throw the question out there, so now the question is in your head. How much do you love yourself? And let me ask you this. If you truly love yourself, then when you do your brother or sister wrong, are you doing yourself wrong? I mean, let's look at your household, your immediate family. Is your brother and your sister a part of you? And if they're part of you, if you hurt them, are you hurting you? Is your mother and father the leader in your house? Your father being the Lord, your mother being the great supreme. No, your father's not the supreme, your mother's the supreme. Because, see, black woman, I want to first talk to you. But before I talk to you, I want to speak to all of us. All of us that are under the sound of my voice or may come across this video sometime or some other, because it is being posted on 2 different Facebook pages. It's also going to be posted on YouTube and other channels. Because I'm really talking to my people, and I'm talking to my people with all sincereness. I done been going around to the churches. They still teaching that fake doctrine. And many of my people are still up in them churches listening to that fake doctrine, following that fake doctrine, taking their children and teaching their children that fake doctrine. You can't be a revolutionary and going to church every Sunday talking about a Jesus. You can't be. Now I'm going to teach you a little bit about that God that you want to believe in. I'm going to teach you about that God in that book that you read. I'm going to show you the truth in that book. See, they take the truth and turn it into a lie, but I'm finna take that lie and turn it back into the truth. Scriptures tell you that ye are God's, each and every one of you. You know, I didn't have people tell me, yeah, you know, that's in the Old Testament. He was talking to the angels, or he was talking to the man that he had put in charge to make judges over the people. Okay. He's put you in charge to be a judge over your people. To be a judge that they walk in righteousness towards one another. See, you're to be a judge to make sure that they're doing that is right. And there's only one thing that's right. There's only one law for us. That's the law of love. Love. See, we have not perfected that law. And that is the law that we should be striving for. The law of love. Love between us as one people. True love. You know, the love that say, you are me and I am you. Therefore, I won't let nothing happen to you, because if I do, it's going to be a part of me that hurt you. Even the loss of you is a part of me being taken away. We are connected. I can't do this without you. I need each and every one of you that's under the sound of my voice. I'm not here for your money. I do not care about your money, honey. See, that money that you love, that money that you chase, that money that you seek so daily, that is the root to all of the evil that is among you. That money, the love of it, the love. Ain't nothing wrong with money. Ain't nothing wrong with liking money. You ain't got to love it because you like it. Look, money, and I'm going to tell you why it's the root. Because that money that you seek so daily, that money that you strive for, that money that you wake up thinking about, has become your God. That's who you give first order to. That's who you worship. That's who you honor. That's who you look at daily and seek daily. Is that God, that money. In God we trust. That's what it says on the back of money. And that's what you trust in, that money, which has become your God. Man ain't your God. He has taken money, and since he's in control of money, he lets you seek after the money, not knowing that you're following him as you seek that money. He's a deceiver. He tells you that you need money, but why? Why do we as a people need money? To survive? You mean that you, a supreme being, you that are of energy, you that are the creator of all that you see and don't see, you mean to tell me that you did not and could not create these things that we see without money? You mean to tell me that our unity, our working together, our depending on one another would not allow us to create these things without money? I mean, since they are for us. I'm not talking about the selfish things, the things that are just for you. See, that's what I'm talking about. The money that you seek makes you selfish, makes you hateful, make you not trust, and makes you untrustworthy. That money that you seek, because while you seeking that money, I can't trust you. You will stab me in the back because you feel like it's going to bring you some money. So don't tell me you love me, because you haven't learned what love is. You have not practiced love. You have not sought love. You have sought everything in this world, but you have not sought the love that is in you. The reason I say you ain't sought that love in you is because that's how I know you haven't sought God. Because God is love. That's what you have always read, that God is love. Well, what type of love is God? Is not a God who loves his people? Yes. Scriptures teach you that God loves his people. So why are you not loving your people? Scriptures teach you that you can't say you love God and yet hate your brother. Your brother, he that is bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh, blood of your blood. Now, just because he's dark-skinned like you, or because he got the big lips like you, or he's got the melanin in his system like you, that don't make him your brother. Just because he come from the same bloodline, don't make him your brother. My brothers are like-minded. You know why me and my brothers are like-minded? Because we were taught by the same. We follow the same laws. We walk under the same rules. See, me and my brother are one. We don't have different laws. We don't have different rules. And that's where we as a people have made ourselves divided. Because we don't have one law that we walk by. We have many laws that we walk by. We have a law that this man put in over here that is not even a part of us. We got a law that this man instilled over here that don't even know us. And we got a law that we follow over here that is not a part of us. But we don't follow no laws that are of us. You know, it's funny because most of us have heard of our laws, but we don't know our laws. Our laws are simple. Our laws are not hard, but yet many fall short of the glory. Our laws is love. Love for one another. That's all our law is. Let me tell you something. In order to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, we would have to love one another with all our mind, with all our heart, with all our soul and strength, because God is us. We are God's. And God loves his children. And all children are ours. They come from us. They're not just yours. They're ours. That's not just your son. Them are our sons. Them are our daughters. It takes a whole village to raise a child. Why? Because that child need to learn that culture. That child need to learn that way. That child need to learn that love. How to play together. How to work together. How to think together. How to build together. How to grow together. Now listen, a lot of my African brothers, and I say African because that's the name y'all accept. That's not the true name. They changed the name because they didn't want you to know the true meaning. They didn't want you to know the true people. You're Nubians. Today you're Nubians. Nubians mean new beings. And I call you new beings because I'm finna give you a new mind. I'm finna give you a new way. I'm not finna give you the way of the European. I'm not finna give you the way of the devil. I'm not finna give you the way of the adversary. And I'm not finna give you the way of your brothers and sisters who have chose to tie up and bond with that adversary. I trust nothing in this world. I don't even trust my own people that are of this world. I can't trust you because we're not the same. We're not one. I'm seeking love, love of my people, true divine love. You seeking the things of the world. Come on now, you know what you're doing. You seeking the things of the world. And that's all you talk about. You try to put fear in the people. You try to sell them different things by telling them the world is finna be destroyed. Get ready. We finna go to war. Get ready. We're not going to war. We've been at war. We never stopped. The war never stopped. We have been at war since the day we were born in war. We've been at war since we first come among another race of people who brought division among us. And the only way they were able to bring division among us, they was able to fool us and make us think opposite, outside of ourselves. They got us to believing that we needed all these things that they presented in front of our face, these shiny things and stuff, and these great big machines and all that. They talked us into believing that we needed that more than we needed one another. Now they got you dependent on all these things, and no longer are we dependent on one another. So when these things break down, we don't know which way to go. They ain't even they got you seeking other gods. When you sick, you go to their gods. When you need advice, you go to their gods. When you need help, you go to their gods. You don't go to your people. You don't go to the gods among you. Because you've been taught to separate yourselves from the gods among you. You've been taught that you are not a god. And you can't even see yourself as a god. When you read that book, you can't see that as you. You can't see that as the brother that's working against you, that devil. See, so you can't see your adversary either. So your adversary comes among you, and you think that your adversary is your friend, and you lay with your adversary. You plot with your adversary. And the funny thing is, when you lay with your adversary and you plot with your adversary, you plot against us, your own people. We have no leaders in politics. We have a man who is in charge over us in politics, but we don't have any leaders in politics because, first of all, we couldn't have any leaders in politics. They would kill him because he don't think like they think. They would separate themselves. They would cut him off quick. And you that went up in there to change things after being in there for a year, seeing that you can't change nothing, you decide to go along with them because you start looking at the money that you can make and how you can do for your immediate family, and you forgot about your whole family. You remember back in the days you was taught to love one another. You was taught to have nothing to do with the enemy. You was taught to separate yourself from the enemy. But yet today, you're taught to lay with the enemy. What has changed? What has changed among us? Why is it that you believe in a God in the sky, but you can't believe that in the God that's in you? Why? Why is that? Why is it that you put your trust in a God that you've never seen, some God that's supposed to be in the sky, but you can't put your trust in the gods that's right there among you? You can't put your trust in you and the gods that are with you, your very own, those who look like you. Why? Why you can't depend on your own people, but you depend on another people? Why? Do you feel like the other people have more love for you than your own people? Do you feel that they understand what you're going through more than your own people? Do you think they feel a separation of you as a people like you feel it? Because they're not separated from their people. They haven't given up who they are. I ask you these questions because I want you to think about the way that you think and the way that you live. You that say you for your people, don't you know that you're living against your people each and every day? How you going to be for your people and everything that you do? It's against them in every way. Even your organizations. Because your organizations only promote what they have to. So that way, they can get their 501c3. They don't go out the boundaries of their 501c3. And those that's trying to support themselves because they want to stay true to the people can't do that because the people won't support them. Because they have nothing to give the people except for them. All they have to give the people is them. And the people want more than them. The people want things that they can see and feel and touch. They don't want love. They don't want respect. They don't want honor. They don't want trust. They want materialistic things. That's what we strive for. Materialistic things. Daily. Daily. And it's terrible that we have become this people. That's why I say we are a lost people. But you come to me any day that you want. You can text me, you can email me, you can even call me. The numbers, everything is right there where you can get a hold of me. Ask me, and I'll instruct you and show you that that God that you read about in that Bible is only you. There is no other Jesus except us, just us. Jes, just, us, us. So when we start looking to one another and we start becoming the anointed ones that you read about, the one who did no wrong, even though he was tempted every way that we are tempted, even though he was a man just like we are men, he did no wrong when it came to love for him and his people. Because him and his people are one, and everything he did for his people as a whole. He knew that anything he did for him had to be done for his people as well, or it was not right. That's right. Anything that he has done was done for his people. He loved his people so much that he was willing to lay his life down. How much do you love your people? Do you love your people enough to lay your life down to the beliefs, the thoughts, and all the things of this world so that you could be one with your people? Do you? Because it's going to take a sacrifice of all of that. Are you willing to die to put that character that is within you to death so that you can create a new character within you, one that pertains to life? Are you? Which God is in you? Is it the God of unity or the God of division? Is it the God of love or the God of hate? Which God is in you? And the God that's in you, is that God connected to his people or separated? I'm just asking you. I'm asking you because these are things that we seem to not think about. There's no other God besides you. Listen, that Christ that you read about is you. You. You've been beat across your back, still getting beat to this very day. You've been spit upon, still getting spit upon to this very day. You've been looked down on, still being looked down on to this very day. There's nothing that has happened to Jesus that has not happened to us. That's a dark-skinned race of people. You was put out and made public. You was made a show in public. Laughed at, made to entertain the master. I'm talking to you that's in entertainment. You know, if you entertain that master good enough, he's going to pay you good. You know that. So, I'm going to have to get up out of here. I just wanted to talk to you this morning, but I will be back to speak to you. There's so much for us to talk about as a people. So much. You know, and leave these preachers alone. If they keep telling you you need Jesus, leave them alone. The only reason you need Jesus is because Jesus tells you that you need your people. You cannot have Jesus without having your people, because Jesus and his people were connected, and you're supposed to be imitating Jesus, so why are you not connected to your people? Jesus is supposed to be living in you, and if Jesus or Christ is living in you, why are you not doing the things of Christ? Christ said that the things that he did, you should do, and even greater things. Now, you tell us that Christ is in you, but I don't see you doing no greater things. I don't even see you doing the things that Christ did. So where's this Christ at that is in you? Christ didn't seek the world. Christ didn't seek to give you glory of the world and to build you up in the world. But Christ sought to bring you out of that world, to separate you from that world. Where are my people who's separating us? Where are my people who's trying to bring us out of this dark, evil world that we live in and create a new kingdom for a holy and righteous people? We can't be holy and righteous until we separate ourselves from everything that's unrighteous. Mentally, physically, spiritually. You got to separate yourself. Don't tell me you for God, because you ain't for your people. Don't tell me you love God, because you don't love your people. Don't tell me you worship God, because you don't worship your people. Hey, I got to go. Think about these things. Hit me up. Tell me if you like the video. Tell me if you want to hear more. Or tell me to shut the hell up. Who knows? I don't know what you're going to tell me. Honestly, I don't care. I'm here to deliver a message. A message that would bring us together as a people and give us all that we need. A message that would make us more powerful than any people that ever walked the face of this earth, because that is who we are. We're the gods of this world, the creators of everything you see, the creators of the very life that you see walking around this world. That's us. Hey, I got to go. Peace and love. We created this universe. Nobody else.